is controlled by Henniker of the Comets now. Left-hand side, starts right, gives it over to Howard. Stays behind 3, jump step move, no good. And the Rodriguez takes the ball away for the Wake Forest Cougars. She tries to go inside, does not have a chance to, so she steps back just a little bit. Rodriguez gets it outside to Wimmer, number 12. Back over to Lewis. 1:56 remaining, calls a play. Look at Delaney Eves step it up in the way of that path not to get Lewis outside. 1:49 remaining, 2-point lead by the Comets. Rodriguez is right there, but Henniker tries to tip the ball away, but gives it over to Miles, puts it up for the 3, no good by the Cougars. Watkins for the Comets takes the ball now. 1:38 remaining, 17-15 is your score. Brings it outside, Sharp over to Henniker, puts it up for the 2, it's no good. Watkins is right there, tipped by Howard, no good. And Watkins, it picks up the 2-point shot.
Whistle, stoppage of play. They're going to call a foul, it looks like. And new players coming in, including number 12, Clement for the Comets. Number 40, Moses for the Comets. And it was last touch by Clayton, so they're going to give the ball back. No, it was last touch by Wake Forest, so they're going to give the ball back to Clayton.
Coming out of the ball game was Howard. She's not too happy about her play so far. She'll get back, and we got a whole another second half. 19-15 is your score. 1:17. Henniker has it. Gives it over to Sharp on the right, and it's taken away by the Cougars. Good hands by number 12 in Wimmer, Megan Wimmer. She goes up against Sharp, and there's a driving Miles. Puts it up. Nope. Gives it outside to number 12 in Wimmer. She puts it up. Kind of a step-back move, and she puts it in. Makes it a 19-17 game. 58.7 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Got a foul on number 12 of Clement. Actually, it's on Wimmer. It's on Wimmer. So it's Clayton's ball.
Yeah, so she's going to shoot. It should be a 1-and-1 opportunity.
That's that lady to hit the 3 earlier. Just coming back from injury in the beginning of the season, Peyton Sharp, the 5'5" freshman guard. Freshman, might I add, Trey Snod.
I'm digging the bright purple shoes. I'm digging that.
And she's a fan of the Joker.
Maybe. Call my brother. I'll get some questions, ask her about it first. And puts it up. So, number 22, after the miss from Clement. What's her name? Miles brings it up, and she misses that, though. No, she makes it. I apologize. So, it's 19-19 game. The Comets had the basketball. We're going to get back on track here, Wesley, in just a second. And number 4.
That was Sharp going for 3. She missed it.
And once again, that little high arch for Sharp gives her an advantage over these tall players. They just can't defend it.
For sure.
That's just a little bit too short off the front of the rim, and the Cougars take over. 26 seconds remaining, 19-19 game. And good hands by Henniker to tip it out of bounds, but it will be the Wake Forest Cougar, should I say the Lady Cougars basketball.
Coming up in less than 20 seconds, it's the Carolina Security Consultants halftime report. We take a look at this game, prepare for the men's game, and prepare for the first conference game on Friday against South Johnston. It's up next on CRN.
To stop the play, the Wake Forest and Mr. Williams calls a 30-second timeout as Rodriguez was trapped here at the half court by the Comets and causing them to take another timeout. So 16.6 seconds remaining.
Tied up game.
Yeah, 19-19. Wesley, this has been, I'm impressed what I see. We have a light crowd. Again, they're getting back into the school system here. And but again, 2-10 for the Cougars and coming in 9-3 for the Comets. But you wouldn't know it by what we see out of the Cougars so far.
That's right. 2-10 for Clint Williams and the Lady Cougars. And they are right now 9-3 on the season for the Comets. They have 2 losses in the non-conference to Garner, both games. And then they lost to Rocky Mount during the John Jacobs Christmas Invitational.
And there's a 3-point shot, no good, but controlled by the Cougars. And Miles puts it up for the 2, and it's going to be good. 2 seconds remaining. Henniker throws it up and had a chance to go in, but does not go in. So with that noise, the Cougars take a 21-19 lead going into half.
That's the first. 21-19. It's a 2-point game. And a very close matchup between these two teams. Obviously, the first half of play was very defensively. Nobody could really get any points on the board. And then out of nowhere, now we've got almost 40 points between these two teams here. And a great matchup as we get ready to go to the locker room and prepare for the second half coming up here in just about 10 minutes or so.
Oh, absolutely. Again, coming into the ball game, the Clayton Comets are averaging 44 points a game. On the other hand, for the Cougars, averaging 35.3 points a game. So we're kind of halfway home so far. But you wouldn't know about the first half because we see the defense by the Cougars really take away a lot of the lanes that we're so used to seeing Howard get so easily. And she came out of the game late in the first half. She was not happy about her, again, not what Marlon Lee has done, the head coach of the Comets, but just her play in general. In order for the Comets to get back into this ball game, Howard has to be that difference maker that we're so accustomed to seeing out of Howard.
We're going to take a quick radio timeout as we roll along with the Carolina Security Consultants halftime report. When we come back, Trey Stott and I will assess the first half of the game, look at who's on the foul trouble line, who's got the most points to get you ready for tonight's matchup for the varsity men of Comets versus Cougars. We'll also take a look at some other scores going on around the area, and we will prepare for the first conference game on Friday night in the Greater News 3A as they make their quest for the Greater News 3A Conference Championship for the varsity women and the men on the road this Friday night, against a rival South Johnston Trojans. All that coming up. Carolina Security Consultants halftime report when we come back. First half action complete, 21-19. This is Comets basketball on CRN, the Community Radio Network.
Some energy drinks want to scare you. Some even want to bully you around. And the others, they're just blowing smoke. Packed with vitamins B3, B5, B6, and B12, the new HiQ energy drink comes available in 4 exciting flavors. Skyberry Fusion, Apple, Coconut Fruit Punch, and Lemon Lime. Natural caffeine, no preservatives, no crash, no bull. HiQ energy drink. Wings are for birds.
Unforgettables. Nice. This show is sponsored by Unforgettables. Unforgettables creates detailed hand-painted baseballs for every baseball fan. Check them out at unforgettables.com. Carolina Security Consultants is your residential security consultants leader. Our security assessment is custom tailored for each project. Give Danny a call, 336-312-5326. Make sure to tell them 3 and Out sent you.
Coming soon, the new wave of hydration and energy drink HiQ. This new product is all natural with no caffeine and gives you a major boost of hydration and energy. No twitching effect or crashing like the old energy drinks. You can visit our website at www.liquidhiq.com or Twitter at HiQ2015 to learn more about this amazing energy drink. What is your level?
Live your life and just let go. If you try, then you will know.
Sportsmanship. It means a lot of things.
It means showing respect for the opposing team
And being a good host for our visitors.
It's about modeling good behavior and not getting caught up in the emotion of the moment.
It's about winning with humility.
Losing with dignity.
It is about making my high school games.
It's a good memory that I can enjoy for years to come.
Mr. Official.
Mom.
Dad, son,
daughter, coach.
Are we in this together?
Sportsmanship. Together
we make the right call.
This message has been brought to you by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
I'm a student athlete, which means I'm still learning.
I'm still growing.
I'm getting important lessons about perseverance, teamwork,
determination, respect, and dedication through playing sports at my school.
Mom, Dad, Coach, in a few years,
I'll probably forget a lot of the details, but I won't forget the lessons I learned
from the way you act towards my teammates,
coaches, referees, and other fans.
What kind of lesson do you want me to learn? I'm watching.
Sportsmanship. Together we make the right call.
This message has been brought to you by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
Now back to live coverage on the CRN Sports Network.
This is CRN, the Community Radio Network, the voice of the community, the voice of anything sports, and proud to be the voice of the Comets. Follow us at crnsports.org. Now let's get back to the broadcast coverage on CRN. Welcome back to live coverage right here on the Community Radio Network, the online home of your Clayton Comets. 4:41 here in the halftime. Again, the Comets are down 21-19 here in going into the second half of the ballgame. We've had a great game by both teams. The lane has been taken away from the Comets so far, but 21-19 is your score. We're going to look to see if the Comets can kind of get back to their norm, should you say. I'm not sure if that should be a word, but norm is the best one we can use right now because we're not seeing Watkins step down low like we're so used to doing. We're not used to Howard stepping inside like we're so used and accustomed to doing. We're not used to Delaney Eves not being able to get down low. The height right now by the Cougars of Wake Forest is making it difficult, and we're not kind of give the credit to Washington as well as Moultrie for the Wake Forest, the Lady Cougars, should you say. They're making it difficult for our point guards and our bigs for the inside.
And we will prepare for conference play on Friday. The teams that are in the Greater News 3A Conference, including the Clayton Comets, are the Smithfield-Selma Spartans, the East Wake Warriors, the West Johnston Wildcats, South Johnston Trojans, and the Cleveland Rams. And, Trey, they will play in succession 2 games each, home and away. And this is where it really starts to get serious here, because even though the Comet ladies are going into tonight 9-3, could leave here 10-3 or 9-4, wherever this game goes, conference play is the most important thing here. Starting Friday against South Johnston.
Oh, absolutely. Again, we're going against South Johnston, a good program. I have nightmares from when I went to high school from Clayton on the track program, so that still haunts me almost every day.
You have nightmares?
Well, I got to – so if you – a little, selfish
we have time.
plug.
Go ahead.
Yeah, selfish plug. So a guy named Tyrese Henderson was back in the day, back in the 06, which was my senior year. Fastest time in the state for the 400. Okay. For some reason, every single time I raced against Mr. Tyree, not one time could I beat him. Not one time, and it still haunts me today. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Now my dad bod is back, and they say the dad bod's coming back, but it is what it is.
21-19. We're at the half. It's the Carolina Security Consultants halftime report. And taking a look at some of the games coming up here in this conference. They have not played each other yet. No teams have played in conference play yet for the Greater News 3A. And for the Clayton women, they will prepare for that game. Coming up on Friday, they will play against the South Johnston Trojans. And Trey, another thing that's interesting as well is it's been a while since the Comets have been home away from home. They've been on the road for a while. Their last home game actually was on December 13th. We covered that on CRN for Wake Forest. And since then, they've been on the road traveling.
Yeah, and again, that's like a back home school in Vance Granville Community College. There's 15 remaining games in their season, and they're all away. So that's a difficult situation for a team to be able to kind of get their feet wet, and we can see kind of what that road time, should you say, for the Comets. Right now we're seeing that where they're not shooting the ball extremely well. They're not rebounding extremely well. And what we know out of Marna Lee and Mr. Brent Bailey, the assistant coach for the Clayton Comets, for the Lady Comets, should you say, they're going to get this team back up and figure out something, what works. Because Howard, the All-American freshman, the true freshman for the Clayton Comets, she has to be the difference maker in this ballgame. I've said that over and over already, but she is the one that sparks everything for the Clayton Comets. And that's a lot to put on a freshman's shoulder, but she has to get that momentum or the mindset is, you know what? I'm going to take this game over.
For sure.
Your skill set should be able to take this game over, and we're going to see this in the second half, what she's able to do and what the Comets are able to do.
South Johnston, first conference game of the season. Friday night, we'll have it with your Trey Snodd and Brandon White, because I'll be in sunny, warm Tampa, Florida. But we got our crew covered for CRN for that game, South Johnston and Clayton. Other games include on January the 14th, Cleveland. I'll be covering that game for CRN. East Wake. The next home game will be East Wake on January 17th. So that is a look at halftime information, stats, reports. We'll get ready for the third period to get underway here now. We're going to flip-flop Trey Snodd to color. I'll go to play-by-play, and Unique Best will get ready to bring the ball inbounds and get things kicked off here for the third. 8 minutes on the board.